Okay, good evening. Welcome to our meeting. This meeting is to learn about our program, our school, Del Rio Early College High School. My name is Rocio Faz. I am the principal for Early College High School. And with us tonight, we have our amazing counselors. We have Ms. Julia Alderete. She has last names A through L. And then we have also Ms. Alejandra Gonzalez. She has last names M through Z. And we also have one of our professors here, Mr. Overfelt as well, and parent and so on. So thank you all for joining us in this meeting. We're going to give information about what our program is about and the application process and so on, okay? All right. So Early College High School is part of course, the Texas Education Agency. It has its own model. It's intended to target students that have traditionally been underrepresented in higher education, meaning students that probably wouldn't go to college, and provide them a better opportunity to be college ready, take college courses while they're in the high school, and graduate from high school with not only their diploma, but also given the opportunity for them to graduate with college hours and hopefully leading to an associate's degree. So school districts, the way they accomplish this is by having a close partnership with a college. So our partnership college is Southwest Texas College, formerly known as Southwest Texas Junior College. Now it is Southwest Texas College. So this is done with that partnership, and is to serve students in a more personalized environment, an efficient manner that leads to higher levels of student success. But also a lot of support is provided to the students throughout the 4 years. Okay. So about our school, Del Rio Early College High School. The school was established in August 2025. It enrolls students starting in 9th grade. Okay, so we recruit 8th grade students because next year they will be 9th graders. It also gives, like I said, the opportunity for students to earn up to 60 college hours towards an associate's degree at no cost. Students do not pay tuition, students do not pay books. So tuition for one class, if the parents were to pay for it, can be anywhere from $500 to $600, and a book can be anywhere from $100 to $300, just depending on what the professor requires. All of that is offered through the district, okay? Partnership between, like I said, our district, San Felipe Del Rio, CISD, and Southwest Texas College. So what kind of students get selected to attend Early College High School? So as I explained in the beginning, our school is designed to target at-risk students. However, we enroll all types of students. It's open to all students entering 9th grade, no matter what level of education they have, okay? So we have advanced students, we have our, high-performing students, our middle students, our students that struggle or at-risk students, and students from all types of subpopulations can apply to our school, okay? A lottery system is placed where 125 students are selected to be the next cohort. So we do have a blind lottery that will take place in February. So students, parents just fill out an application, and once you fill it out, we will make an index card with the student's name. And on February, and I'll share the dates with you and the slides to come, it's when the students are selected, if their name comes out of the tumbler, right? Part of Early College High School design is to operate in grade level cohorts. This helps students experience and overcome academic difficulties together and provide support for each other. This also helps them mentor younger cohorts as they progress through the program. So each grade level is its own cohort. So 9th graders, this upcoming 9th grade class will be cohort 12. And they will follow along being cohort 12, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. So right now our seniors are cohort, 8. Okay, so we've already graduated 7 classes. Okay. So this is a little bit of history of our school. We have graduated 7 cohorts, 2019 to 2025, which was last year's graduating class. These are the amounts of degrees that have been awarded or earned by the students, because the students are the ones that have earned this associate's degree. So the first graduating class of 2019, we had 62 students. Class of 2020, 66. Class of 2021, 70, 2022, 67, 2023, 63, 2024, 72, and 2025, 71. Okay, so when we first started this program, we had probably around 90 to 100 students that applied, because like any program, we're trying to recruit students and so forth, but every year we've added, all our cohorts have been 125. Okay, so as you see there, the number of students that have graduated with their associate's degrees have increased, gradually throughout the years. Okay. So Del Rio Early College has also earned a rating of an A rating on state accountability standards. So every public school in Texas has accountability standards that they're measured in for different areas, different categories. One can be the performance of the students in that school for the STAR. One can be meeting college and career readiness standards, graduation rate, growth of the school, the campus, teachers in that school, and so on. So there's different categories that each school has to reach, and ours has been an A since its existence, since 2015. Current student enrollment right now from 9th to 12th grade, we do have 482 students. Our campus is composed of 28 full-time staff members and 5 adjunct faculty that are professors at Southwest Texas College. Okay. Some common misconceptions about our school. Sometimes parents may think, or students, oh, that's just a school for advanced students. Why am I going to apply? I'm a borderline student. No, it's for anybody. Anybody can apply. We believe our students have the academic potential. However, because of our selection process is a lottery, we have all students of all types of academic and subpopulations that include special education students, students that are English second language learners, economically disadvantaged students, migrant students, McKinney-Vento students, etc. So any type of student can apply to our school. Okay. Other misconceptions is early college they're smaller settings due to cohort size. Actually, our students are in a larger setting because we are located in different campuses. And I will show you the maps in the upcoming slides. We do have our early college high school main building, but we also have some buildings inside the Del Rio High School, Comprehensive High School. At Freshman, we have another building. And at college, our students take some of the courses over there. Okay, so we are pretty much everywhere in that radius where the high school is. Another misconception is that when students are selected or their name is drawn, right, to be in early college high school, it's going to be a guaranteed associate's degree. Okay, well, it does take, a lot apart from, of course, the teachers do their part, the support, the counselors, administration, but of course the student has to do their part as well, and that is putting in forth their best effort to be able to be successful in their classes from 9th to 12th grade, in their pre-AP classes, in their dual credit classes, to lead them to that associate's degree. Okay. Our classes are very rigorous as they prepare you for those college classes that you're going to take to lead up to the associate's degree. Most of our regular courses are pre-AP courses. They're not regular, they're pre-AP. So there's different levels of courses that are offered in the Comprehensive High School and here at Early College. Of course, we have the regular courses that are offered at the high school, not necessarily at early college. We have more of the pre-AP courses, and we have the dual credit, and we have AP courses as well, okay? So what is our goal for students? Of course, our first goal is for students to graduate on time with their diploma. We want all the students to pass every year, earn their credits that are necessary for their high school diploma, and the counselors will cover that in a little bit, what it requires for a student to earn their diploma. So they'll talk about the graduation requirements. We want that for every student, right? But also graduate with their associate's degree from Southwest Texas College, okay? And Early College High School has that available for students. learn the skills needed to be successful in post-secondary education, and gain the confidence and prove to themselves that they can achieve academically. So that is something that our teachers play a fundamental part in developing the student. And it's very neat to see students when they start in 9th grade. A lot of them maybe don't, their self-esteem, or they're shy, or, they feel intimidated taking a pre-AP course. But it's nice to see them year after year, how that self-esteem just builds, that confidence builds, and they put forth their best potential. It's very neat to see that. We have the opportunity to see that throughout early college. So our school, we have our 9th grade teachers. They will all have the same English teacher in early college, because we only have one teacher per core area. So one English 1 teacher, one English 2, one English 3, one English 4, and the dual credit as well. Science, one biology, one chemistry, one biology dual credit, and environmental systems, and math, and in English, and in science as well. Okay, so that's how the teachers get to know the students. And that's how the students get to know each other very well, because they have each other for a lot of the core area classes. Okay. Other classes that are offered, and there'll be a slide that as well, if their students are taking electives and so on, that they take with a general population, okay, like Spanish 1, Spanish 2. We don't have an early college high school Spanish 1, Spanish 2 teacher per se. So they take it with any Spanish 1 and Spanish teacher that's available at the freshman campus or at the comprehensive high school. Okay, so sometimes students say, well, I'm not going to see my friends. I'm like, you will, because you get to take electives with all the other students that are not in early college. Okay, only the core area is taken within the early college high school with the teachers. Okay, all right. Okay, so what does early college high school student offer to students? We offer peer-to-peer teacher collaboration. Like I said, our 9th grade teachers get to know their 9th grade students really well. And they have those conversations with each other. Hey, so-and-so is doing really well this 6 weeks. How are they doing for you? And that's where the biology teacher, freshman teacher collaborates with the English 1 teacher, with the Algebra 1 teacher. And then going on to 10th grade, they collaborate together as well. So each grade level has this group of teachers that the students take. Okay, in the core year classes. So that's where the collaboration comes in. That's what has helped a lot of the students be successful in the STAR, preparing them for the STAR test, has made them be successful in preparing to take the pre-AP courses that are to follow, but especially prepare them to take those dual credit classes that they will take throughout the 4 years, okay? We provide consistent communication and transparency, supportive and nurturing learning environment. The freshman 2 is very fundamental. That's a foundation of building the students up. They will have those high expectations for all the students, because having those high expectations, it asks the students to perform at their best potential. So that's the standards that they withheld freshmen and moving on up every year. Okay, so there's the high academic standards for all students, no matter what background it is. College classes in the summer are also available for students to take college classes in the summer. Free tuition and books. Like I mentioned, it's at no cost to the parent. A Head Start to take college classes. Academic preparation for post-secondary studies. So not only, taking these college classes, but also to build that will, that determination to be successful after you graduate from high school. So, there's countless stories that I can say about a lot of success stories that we've had, but also students that have earned their bachelor's degree 2 years after they graduate from high school, because they earned their associates. So an associate's a 2-year degree, and if the student's going to study a career that they need to earn their bachelor's degree for, they graduate within 2 years after they graduate high school. And some of them go on to their master's degree. We've had a lot of those as well, that they're like, well, you know what, I'm just 20 years old, now I graduated my bachelor's. They go on and pursue their studies in master's degrees, or some go, often applying to jobs and so on, okay? We also offer the college culture. We always talk about college and plans and careers and so on. College trips, we do take students to college trips when they're in 11th and in 12th grade. First semester we went to A&M in Corpus and in Kingsville. Other years we've gone to Texas Tech, we've gone to ASU, we've gone to UTSA, the different A&Ms, UT, and so on. So we do have that available to the students because we feel it's important to expose them, okay, what is a university like? And when we take those trips, they get to, see the students in a university setting, and that motivates them to go to university, whether it's that one that we visited or it motivates them to, you know what, I can do this too, okay? So we also guide the students when they're seniors, in taking a college prep class senior year that guides them through the college application process, financial aid, applying to scholarships, taking interest inventory tests to see what what their interests are, what careers they match with, and so on. So that's available through early college their senior year for the students to take if they have room on their schedule. And we also offer a lot of student events because, early college, they do take a lot of college classes along with their pre-AP classes, but we have our Student Ambassadors organization that they organize monthly events to kind of de-stress, kind of socialize with their peers, not necessarily academically, but kind of just let's socialize, let's de-stress because they're all going, through these courses. So we've had like movie nights, bowling nights, pumpkin decorating contests, skate nights, and what else have we had? Trivia nights, and just different events for the students to just de-stress, okay? So what does early college not offer? So we have an amazing CT department in our district. They offer a lot of pathways. But our students, because they're more in academic and earning their associate's degree, we always want to be transparent with the parents, with the students since the beginning, which is this meeting. So the students that are interested in welding, automotive, construction, which includes carpentry, HVAC, and electrical, and aircraft, they cannot be in these programs and be in early college, okay? So if a student is interested in being in these programs, they will not have the opportunity to be in these programs if you're in early college. Those pathways are just not available for us in early college because the focus is on the associate's degree, okay? ESL sheltered instruction, because like I explained, I only have one teacher per core area. I don't have like 5 teachers to choose from to create a sheltered team. The teacher does provide ESL support, but we don't have an extra person there to provide that, or a sheltered team where students that are early English as second language are placed together in certain sections and so forth. That doesn't mean that ESL students cannot apply. We have ESL students. We just, again, want to be transparent at how it works for us, okay? So if you're in ESL, you more than welcome, you can apply. As well as co-teach classes in special ed. We don't have co-teach teachers in early college. It's just that one teacher. So when a student is in a co-teach setting, they have the teacher, and they have a teacher that's specialized in special education. That's the co-teach teacher. We don't have that available at early college. However, we have special ed students, special education students are welcome to apply as well, okay? Just know that, it's rigorous, and we've had students that have been successful through our program that are any of these subpopulations. It's just the student has that willpower to be successful, and the parent support is enormous throughout this process for any type of student in any subpopulation. And regular courses, like I said, our courses are pre-AP, dual credit, and AP, okay? So just want to be transparent in that area. But any student in any subpopulation can apply to our program, okay? Opportunities for early college high school students. So they can take, like I said, of course, advanced placement courses. We offer a course with early college, but high school offers all types of AP courses. Our students can take any of the AP courses that are offered at the high school, okay? Athletic programs. All the athletic programs that are offered to high school students are offered to early college high school, okay? The same football team, the same basketball team, the same any sport, okay? Fine arts as well. Any student that wants to be in band, jazz band, mariachi, bells, cheer, dance company, etc., can be in those programs also, okay? Any electives, okay, as long as they're not those the CT programs that I mentioned, they can take electives at the high school as well. UIL academic programs, clubs and organizations, any clubs, Stuco and so forth, can also participate in those organizations offered at the high school. Like I mentioned, we have an awesome CTE program in our district, so these are the pathways that they can be in. They can be in the accounting, in business, culinary arts, digital communications, graphic design, all the health science pathways that lead to either EMT, CNA, CMA. What else do we have for? Yes, so different health science fields that are available. Education, maybe they want to become teachers, law enforcement, engineering, and cybersecurity. These are the pathways that are available for all the students to participate in, okay? All right. So we are located, like I mentioned, in 4 different campuses, right? What you see up there is, this is our main campus here. That's our main building. This building has about 6 classes. It has a common study area, cafeteria area. Then we have the college. We have certain classes there that are designated for our students to attend college classes at the actual college, which is catty corner from our school. And then we have Del Rio High School, which is right across from Early College. And then we have Del Rio Freshman at the end of that Memorial Drive street, okay? So this Early College, if you don't know where it used to be the old administration building before they built this building. So that's where we're at. This is just a map of our area of Early College High School. Okay. This is the street view of the locations of the different areas. So there you see highlighted in blue, right? There you see Memorial Drive, it's Early College, Southwest, Del Rio High School, and at the far end over there is Del Rio Freshman. So because we're located in different areas, sometimes our students walk from Del Rio Freshman all the way to the college. So they'll walk here, they'll go into the high school, they'll exit the high school, and then they go to the sidewalk all the way to the college, or sometimes to Early College. So it just depends where the teacher's located that they have on their schedule. All right, so this is Del Rio High School, the campus of Del Rio High School. Like I mentioned, we have a building that is for Early College High School, which is a 900 wing. That's typically where the 10th graders will take their classes, their core area classes. We also have some electives there and some dual credit classes in that building within the high school, okay? This is the freshman campus, and this building, the J building, is designated as the Early College High School building. That's where freshman students will take their core area classes, okay? All the other classes, electives, sports, career, CTE, or whatnot, are taken wherever that teacher may be located at, okay? So sometimes students think, well, I'm not gonna take classes with my buddies because they're not in Early College, but on some of the electives or sports or whatnot, because remember, you can take all of that with a comprehensive high school. That's what some of the students will end up taking classes, you know, with their buddies, even if they're not in Early College, okay? And this is a Southwest Texas building. They designate some of the classes there in the B building for some college courses that the adjunct faculty take. The neat thing about the students taking classes at the college is because we know the college provides college classes to the general population, right? To adults from anywhere from 18 to any age, right? But for Early College, the students only take classes with Early College High School students. So like Mr. Overfelt, he's a government teacher. We designate a certain time and day where he teaches for us, and it's only Early College High School students. So we're not gonna have our students mixed in with the general population of other adults that attend college. We don't have that in any of our courses. So that's the other neat thing, is it's only our students that are taking classes with that teacher that designated time, okay? Okay, so here we have 2 videos of students that just give a summary of them being in our program. It's always neat to hear the students' perspective.
My name is Tadeo Talavera, and I am a senior at class of 2026. And I'm an early college student, and I'm also in the engineering pathway. And some of the activities that I've been in high school have been powerlifting, tennis, and football. I'm the team captain for powerlifting right now. And then my mom originally encouraged me to apply because of all the benefits that come from early college. And I really didn't want to, but it like helped me a lot. And then ECHS has prepared me for the future because I plan to continue studying for 2 more years, and that'll get me a bachelor's degree. And after that, I want to go to Air Force, and with a bachelor's degree, I can go in as an officer. So that helped a lot. And then the advice that I would give myself is don't procrastinate, because here you have a lot of classes and a lot of college classes, and they don't take late work. So it's better to do your work on time, as well as enjoy the time that you have, because in the beginning, I really didn't want to be here, and I wasted a lot of time complaining to my mom, like, please take me out of here. Like, I don't get to see my friends. And you learn after a little bit that the friends that you build here are more like a family than friends. Like right now, I have better friends than I ever have. If you're nervous to apply, you don't have to be, because there's a lot of people here that are willing to help you, and they're gonna support you, and just good luck.
Hello, my name is Evelyn Gonzalez. I'm a senior at Early College High School. I am involved in NTHS, NHS, ECHS ambassadors, and I am currently in the EMTB pathway. Honestly, I applied to Early College High School in 8th grade because I thought it sounded cool. Getting to tell people that I was in early college instead of just high school seemed like a really cool title to me in 8th grade. And after I looked more into it, I realized that it wouldn't just make me look cool, but it would help my future. ECHS has prepared me for my future after high school because it has given me the confidence in myself to speak up when I feel like I'm struggling with things. This environment has given me so much confidence, so many opportunities for me to realize that I am more than I thought I was, especially academically. And that has led me to believe that I can achieve all the goals that I have. Some advice I would give to my 8th grade self is to focus. You should focus on what actually matters. Don't think about the little things, instead focus on the big picture. I hope that you get chosen, and I hope that you do pick this program. It is an amazing thing you can do for your future. Good luck.
So there you have a couple of our students that, gave a little bit of their experience of them being in early college. As you heard, one of the students didn't want to be here, right? And the mom was like, no, you're going to do this. And now, he's one of our success stories, and so is the young lady. It's just they've come a long way from how they were in 9th grade and how they are now that it's their last semester with us. So, and we have a lot of those students where, they started 9th grade, maybe they called into the office because they did something they were supposed to or whatnot, and now they're seniors, and they think, I remember, Ms. Foss, when I'm like, yeah, they are like, I'm sorry, I just didn't, it's just very neat to see how they've now self-advocate for themselves. And that's what we want, them to build that confidence to speak up, ask questions, but also be good problem solvers, not just, for early college and graduating with their associates, but that is a life skill that's going to help them throughout life, right? We want them to be able to speak up and use their voice and self-advocate for themselves. So it's very neat that they're doing that now. Okay, so our key to success, we had our founding principles for our program. Of course, it's rigorous, right? We build relationships with our students, and we show respect. So they're in our building. Usually we welcome our students to our building. We say good morning, we hold the door for them. The teachers are there as well in their classroom welcoming the students, because our students do need this support. We know that what they're taking are rigorous courses, so one of our main goals is to build those relationships, build those connections with them, so they know that they can come to us if they need support, okay? And of course, showing respect, right? That way they show respect to themselves and to us there at early college and to others, right? We always tell them, please represent as well wherever you go, okay? Okay, so here are the graduation requirements, and we'll have Ms. Alderete. She'll talk about the high school graduation requirements.
Okay, so no matter where a student goes in the state of Texas, their graduation plan is gonna look very similar to this. What our students follow, just like students at Del Rio High School, is the Foundation Plus Endorsement Plan. So meaning students have to complete 26 credit hours in order to cross the stage of graduation. That is no exception at early college. When you look at the plan, I know it might be a little bit harder on the TVs, but on the big screen behind me, you can start to see where some of the classes are coded in red. Those red are those dual credit classes. So a lot of times parents and students will be like, how do they do this within 4 years? How do they get 60 credit hours and then their requirements for the high school all at the same time? Like, how is that even possible? Well, it's possible because we sit with them every semester. We actually sit with them every year, excuse me. We meet with them every semester as a big group. They always know how many credits they have when they look at their transcript. We show them not only high school transcript, but we also show them the college transcript. There on that college transcript, it tells them how many credit hours, how are they doing? Are they good? Are they not doing so well? Are they on probation, right? Are they on suspension? So we always want to make sure that the student always knows exactly where they are. As they look at this plan, every year they should have an English class. Some of you just started a little early. Some of you are in English 1 at 8th grade. Some of you may have started math early. Some of you may have started Spanish early. So you are already getting started on these credits that are right behind me. So every year they'll have an English class. Every year they'll have a math class. Every year they'll have a science class. They start social studies in the 10th grade because we put in a class called BIM, which is a business class where they learn computer skills. In college, you write reports. In college, you give presentations. So you have to know how to do all that, right? And we want, to focus on your typing, things like that. And then all the other credits, like PE, fine arts, and whatnot. So that composes the 26 credit hours. Now, at the high school level, I know you guys are used to taking 6 classes every day. At the high school level, it's blocked. So we are on block scheduling, meaning our students take 8 classes total. They take 4 on one day, and then 4 on another day. We have A day, B day. So if you multiply 8 classes, right, times the 4 years, 32 credits. So this is totally doable, and our students do finish with 26 plus credit hours. Another requirement that the state says is that every student in the state of Texas has to pass their STAR tests. So remember, kids, you've been taking STAR since you were a 3rd grader. Well, that's no exception at the high school level. It's just called something a little bit different. It is your STAR EOC, end of course. So once they have that English 1 class, they'll take the STAR test. Once they take that English 2 class, they'll have the STAR test, okay? For the 5 that are at the very bottom of the screen. Oh, you're switching, sorry. On the college level, this is a sample of the degree plan that we give out to students. So once you're in early college high school, we will have one of these, each counselor. I'm A through L, and Ms. Gonzalez is M through Z, and we have your official degree plans on file. So it literally is a checklist, right? Has this student completed this class? Check, right? On the left-hand side, your left-hand side, my right, those are the required. So if you know anybody who's ever gone to college, those are the basics. I completed my basics. Or you want to go to Southwest Texas College and you do your basics, those are your history, your English, your government, all of those. The ones on this side, right, your right side, are your elective hours. So we realize that every single student in here is very different. All of y'all have different interests. All of you may choose different pathways. So those are the elective hours. So some students may choose the business pathway. Some students may choose criminal justice. Some students may choose, whichever one they want, engineering. And so we look at every student individually, one-on-one, and make sure that they have all the requirements that they need. On the next slide here, We will talk about, we'll look at the classes at a glance. So when you're in 9th grade, this is basically what you're gonna be taking. So you heard, I think Tadeo said, I don't wanna be in early college because I won't be around my friends. Well, at early college in the 9th grade, you do have electives. You do have to take PE. You do have to take fine arts. You do have to take Spanish, right? You will maybe be in CTE. All of those are with the general kids, okay? The ones pretty much on top, your English, your bio, your algebra, those are with early college, and only those, okay? And then you can start to see the red come in. Those are gonna be your dual credit classes. So at 9th grade, you really don't have a whole lot. At the 10th grade level, you may start to see a little bit more. And we'll talk about what qualifies me to take some of these classes in red. Okay, we'll talk about that in just a second. Your 11th grade year, that's the toughest. Okay, I think any student of ours, any student that's here, because I see some of our older students, right, our alum, they will tell you that the 11th grade year, that was the one that was like, oh my goodness, I have so much dual credit. And it's true, look at all the red that you see there. That's when they're taking the 15 hours. And at 12th grade, it kind of tapers off. They're focusing on the next step. Where are they gonna go? What are they gonna study? And they're just trying to finalize not only the high school, but also the college. So this is the 4 years at a glance. This is also on the brochure that you received. So you can kind of see, this is the classes I'm gonna be taking every single year. All right, so how does a student qualify to take those dual credit classes? Well, we have an exam called the TSI-82. A couple years ago, the state of Texas revised it. So it went from version 1 to now version 2. They just, 2020, COVID, right? So now it's TSI-82. Basically, it tests you in ELAR, English Language Arts and Reading. It has 2 parts of a reading section and a writing section, and then the math section, okay? So parents, if you ever took the THEA, the Accuplacer, the TASP, I don't know what it was a whole bunch of stuff. This has just changed its name throughout the years, okay? So this is what the student has to take in order to, and pass, in order to take those dual credit classes. Now, we do have a summer bridge program. We'll talk about that in a second, where the students that get into our program that first summer, they do have to attend, okay? It is mandatory. So we'll go over that, like I said, in just a second. So how do they qualify? They first take the reading and writing. That is what pretty much opens the doors for almost every single college class that is out there, with exception of college algebra. That is the math TSI, okay? So if they don't pass that, that's okay. We have students that are already in their senior year, Miss, I hate the TSI because I can't pass it. Well, that's okay. You've already been exposed to the test, right? If you went to Del Rio High School, you may not have been exposed to the TSI at any point. You are sitting with other students that have pushed you academically, so you have already all this exposure, and you're ready for that next step, even though you haven't passed the test. We don't drop you. We just continue taking the classes that you need for high school. Okay, our Summer Bridge program. This is a 3-week program where the students that get accepted, you pretty much tell us, okay, my availability, I can be here these 2 hours. You just have to choose 2 hours, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, or 1 to 3. And then from June 3rd to the 26th, that first week is like a half week. We do like orientation, the kids get to know each other, we go over to the college, things like that. After that, it's classwork, right? They're learning what's on the test. A teacher is teaching them, right? What is on that test, strengthening their English skills, their writing skills, their math skills if they get to that point. But that first summer is all about the English, okay? Because we want them to start taking those dual credit classes if they can. It is mandatory, so we will call if you're not there on that first day. Like, hey, we missed you. Are you able to come? Maybe you overslept. You were signed up for the 8 to 10. Don't worry, you can come in the afternoon, right? And we get it. There's open gym. There's summer band. There's all kinds of stuff. And we have always had these dates, so coaches are very, very familiar. Ms. Alarcon, do your Bells ever miss Summer Bridge? No, she's the sponsor for the Bells, right? So, you know, the coaches know, right, how important it is, and that it's a part of our program that is very, very important. Also, those students that are 10th, 11th, and 12th grade that haven't passed the TSI, they come back. So they're also there. They may have passed the English, but maybe not the math. So they're coming for their session. So we have lots of students that are over there at Early College taking the Summer Bridge program. All right, so expectations. You take it? Me?
Okay, so of course, a big part of our is building those relationships. So student expectations, we require the students keep excellent attendance, because if they're absent, they're not there in class to listen to the instruction. And that's a vital part of a student's being successful. So maintain good attendance throughout every period of the day. Participate actively in class. Time management, practice those time management skills, especially in your dual credit college classes. As one of our students that there was stating, a deadline is a deadline in college classes. There's no extension, or, you know what, it's the week that 6 weeks is ending. Miss, can you give me all my make work? There's none of that in the college classes, nor in the pre-AP as well. Display good character skills. Again, we want students to be respectful to one another, build those connections and those relationships with one another. As the students were stating in the video, first it's like, well, I'm not going to see none of my friends, but then you realize that you're taking the core area classes with your cohort of students in early college, and they become good friends. They know each other. They become like family, and they help one another throughout the 4 years that they're with us. So it's neat to see those relationships where, you know, they didn't know that person in middle school or in elementary, and now they become friends. Of course, achieve those high expectations, because our teachers do not change the expectations. They still remain high for all of our students. Of course, when students struggle, then that's where they tweak their instruction to meet students and to close those gaps, right? But that rigor is still going to remain high, because they need to build those skills to be successful in the dual credit college classes, because they're building that college transcript already, starting in 9th grade, once they start with that first college class, along with a high school transcript. Okay, so it's very important to keep in mind. A college transcript stays with the student forever. High school, it's high school. Okay, and of course, being successful in our rigorous coursework. Okay, setting goals, asking questions, like I was stating earlier, develop those strong study habits, good note-taking skills. And that takes a lot of discipline and dedication, right? Persistence, and be determined. Maintain the focus, and we also offer community service. So a lot of the organizations that have volunteer opportunities available in the community, they reach out to us, and then that's what we announce to our students to sign up, so they can start building, those relationships, start building getting to know the community, and also getting to know helping, right, without being monetarily paid, right? That it says a lot about the student. It builds that skill of just caring and being out there helping without getting anything in return. And it's neat to see those students that do volunteer, and they're like, I felt really good. Felt really good helping somebody, just, to gain that experience. So it overall builds the student as a person. Okay. All right. We also have expectations for the parents, because the parent component is really important for the students, whether they're in a college, high school, or not. Just having that support at home. Oftentimes, maybe a student may be struggling in college algebra or trigonometry or calculus or geometry, whatever course it is, and sometimes they may need help. So sometimes as parents, I know for me, math was not my thing, but, it's important that as parents, we may not know how to help them in some of these courses, but we can ask, how was your day today? What are your grades? How are you doing? What's coming up? And having those conversations. Because in adolescence, our students go through so many changes emotionally, physically, trying to, build their friends and all these academic work and doing all these extracurricular that sometimes they get lost, right? But having those important conversations with our students, with your child, is very important at any age, but especially in adolescence. So we do communicate with the parents a lot. We use our school's Facebook, but our Remind app, that's where we send a lot of important messages. And you will see that if your child gets selected, that's going to be a big process of, the acceptance into our program is, getting the Remind app and following through all the forms that need to be filled out and so forth. But that comes after the lottery. So very transparent all the time. We always want to be transparent with our students and with our parents of what's coming up. Monitoring grades. Of course, y'all have Skyward access where y'all can access grades at any time from home. But this year I started implementing where the student gets the physical report card, because to me it's something tangible that they're getting, and they get to view the report card and take it home. Some of the teachers do ask for the signature, and they ask for the student to bring back the report card, which is awesome. But I just feel it's important to still have that paper copy so students know how they're doing, and then hopefully they take it home to the parents and so on. So I do send a remind, hey parents, students should be coming home with their progress reports. Students should be coming home with their report cards, and that way parents know to ask for that. So, and of course, providing the encouragement and motivation, okay? We may not be able to help them in the calculus work like myself, but we are able to know how was your day today. And of course, building that strong communication, those strong relationships that our students in this period need, in the adolescence period. Okay, school expectations. We provide the academic guidance and support. So our teachers, for the most part, are available after school. If the student didn't understand something in class, they are always welcome to come and get that one-to-one guidance and reteach opportunity for anything that they did not understand. At the college itself also, for the college classes, for any college class the student is taking, the college has the Student Success Center where they have tutors there. They have the writing center. The students can sign up to also have that one-to-one tutoring with the college tutors there at the college to help them in any college course. So that's also available for our students. Of course, monitoring grades, monitor attendance on a daily basis. Attendance, like I said, is very, very important. Our attendance secretary will make a phone call if your child's not there in school, and for every period. So it's very important that the students are present in class. And of course, like I said, providing that encouragement and motivation. Respect, okay? Display good manners, positive peer interaction, taking responsibility, positive behavior expectations, social development, self-advocacy, learn how to speak up and use their voice, presentation skill development. A lot of our college teachers have implemented with students have to present to class. At first, they're shy, but then year after year, they get used to it because it is expected from a lot of these college classes. Demonstrate respect for self and for others. Okay. So applying to early college, it is a simple paper application. They're available. They'll be available here after this meeting. And they'll also be available at our main campus at Early College, which is located at 205 Memorial Drive. You only need to fill out one application, and you turn it in, and we will then make a card for that student that applied. So sometimes parents think we turned in 5 applications, he's going to get 5 cards put into the tumbler, but it doesn't work that way. It's just one application is needed, and only one card is done for each student. The deadline is February 20th, which is a Friday, before 4:30 p.m. at Del Rio Early College, again at 205 Memorial Drive. We will not accept any applications after that date and time. Okay. Okay, so students who apply will be entered into the blind lottery. And like I mentioned, you turn an application, we make a card for the student, and then it's get placed on the, kind of like the bingo tumbler, and we draw. We are very transparent in our selection process, and it actually takes place here at the SPC on February 25th, which is a Wednesday at 6 p.m. And here's the selection process. Okay, there it states, names are printed in one index card, one per student. At the beginning of the meeting, we do call out all the names of all the students that applied because we want to be transparent. So you may attend the meeting here, but it is also live on the YouTube as well. So it's also a live lottery that you can watch at home, okay? You do not have to be present to win. I think we had that question, right, in the last meeting, in the Spanish meeting. You do not have to be present to win. However, it is neat if they call your child when you're here. I mean, people yell and celebrate and so on. It's neat to see the excitement that happens when students get selected. All applicants' names will be read aloud before the drawing names from the tumbler. We do choose 125 names that are drawn first, and those will become our new cohort, which will be cohort 12. After we choose our 125, we then start with our wait list. We choose 100 names to be part of our wait list. So all the names, like I said, are recorded. We do posters, and those posters are then posted on the middle school on the next day. So now we have 3 middle schools, so we'll have to go to 3 locations to post the names of the students that were chosen. On our end, from our school, we will call all the students that were chosen in the 125. Okay, we won't call the wait list yet because we're not in the wait list yet, but we do draw the wait list on that same event. Okay. Okay, new cohort students will be notified from our school to fill out paperwork and to accept admission to early college. Okay, because maybe they applied today and then they have a change of heart and they were selected. We still call you in. Okay, well, if you're declining your acceptance, come and fill out that you decline. Okay. All right, so if a student selected in the 125 does not accept admission or fails to complete any required documents, we will then proceed with the wait list in the order that they came out on the lottery night, okay, that February 25th. That's why we draw the 100 that same night as well. So if we have one of the students say, you know what, we thought about it, we were selected, we're declining, then we start with number 1. We contact number 1, and then so on, okay? All right. So again, being selected does not mean you have been fully accepted into our program. There are other requirements that the student parent needs to complete. Students on the wait list, students have to meet all requirements for promotion from 8th grade. So let's say you apply, you got selected, but you didn't pass to 9th grade, you were retained. You cannot be in early college because you have to be in 9th grade. Or maybe some students are assigned to go to blended academy based on the school's decision in 8th grade, based on the administrator in 8th grade or the counselor's input or so forth. Then they're placed at blended. They have to attend that school. So they cannot be in early college. And we've had a few instances where that has happened, okay? So just again, we're transparent since the beginning. All selected students and parents must sign and submit the acceptance paperwork. So like I said, we'll hold our lottery on that Wednesday. That following Thursday, that next day, the 26th, 27th, we'll be calling, come and fill out your paperwork. You were selected. Congratulations. And then that's where parents come in and, accept being in early college or decline if they change their mind. Okay. So that deadline, all paperwork is due February 27th. And again, also, like Ms. Alderete mentioned, every student has to attend the Summer Bridge program. That is mandatory. It's 2 hours. One of the forms, once you're selected, you'll choose, is it going to be the 8 to 10 slot, 10 to 12, 1 through 3, and so on, okay? But again, it is mandatory because in Summer Bridge is when students get prepared to do the TSI, preparing students to take that test. That test, they'll take it at the end of Summer Bridge. But we also do a lot of team building. We do the college tours, the high school tours, and just a lot of collaboration because it is our teachers that teach the TSI Summer Bridge. So they start learning their students and building those relationships since day one. So that's why it's very, very important. Okay. All right. Also, a very important factor of our school is that students, have to maintain good attendance. not be tardy to school, not have discipline issues, low grades due to lack of effort, a lack of parent or guardian cooperation. So as administrators, we if a student is getting in trouble and is persistently in misbehavior, the same thing does not, then do you want to be in early college? You're not doing you're absent a lot for unknown reason, right? Sometimes we do have health issues and so forth. Of course, those things are justifiable, but what's going on with the student? What about the parent? We haven't heard about the parent. Like we mentioned, that parent component plays a vital role in the student's success in our program. So that's where we sit down, have a conference, and okay, what's going on? How can we help you, support you as a staff to help you come to school? Well, what is the root cause of why you're not being successful? And if we still see no effort, then that's where we're like, you know what, maybe you will do better in the high school or anywhere that the parent chooses. But so just very important to, and also misbehavior. We don't tolerate misbehavior. There's no room for that. There's no time for that. It's academic. And of course, students being in good character. That's why we really emphasize that. Responsibility, relationships, respect, because that's a big opponent of our students and our school. Okay, so there's our contact information. Of course, our amazing counselors, Ms. Gonzalez. You'll have her email there. She again has last names A through L, M through Z, and Ms. Alderete. She has last names A through L. Once the student is selected in the lottery, then other events will follow where students will do registration, select their classes for 9th grade, and so on after the lottery process. But those dates are forthcoming once your child is selected, and then myself. All right, so the blind lottery again is Wednesday, February 25th at 6 p.m. here. Like I said, we encourage you to come. You don't have to be present to win. It'll also be a video live as well. Okay. So pretty much, like I said, it's a simple application. You may fill it out and turn it in today. We do have pens here. You can turn it into Ms. Gonzalez or Ms. Alderete or myself before you leave today. Or you can also drop it off at Early College at 205 Memorial Drive. But just remember the deadline is February 20th by 4:30 p.m. We also have additional meetings. If you'd like to attend another meeting, or maybe other families didn't get to attend today, now we have 3 middle schools, so we have 3 different locations to go. So Garfield Middle School will be on the 21st of January, San Felipe Memorial at 28th of January, and Del Rio Middle School will be the 4th of February. Spanish presentation 5:30, 7 the English presentation, which will be exactly what we presented today. You do not have to attend all these meetings if you attended today. We do encourage those families that didn't get to attend the meeting today to hopefully attend one of these meetings, just so they know what the program consists of, because again, it does consist a lot from the student, from the parent, and we want them to understand our program in general, in the whole picture. Any questions that you may have? I know it's a lot of information. Yes, sir. They can gain 60 college hours. So for the most part, one class gives them 3 college hours per semester. Okay, and like the counselor was saying, Ms. Alderete, let me go to that slide really quick. This is the list of classes the students need to take to earn their associates. So all of these are half semester classes, because it looks like a big list, right? And we're like, well, how are they going to take all those classes? But a lot of the core area classes are the exact same classes they needed to take for high school graduation diploma, for their diploma. But when they take a dual credit, you're taking that one class and getting 2 things out of it: your high school graduation requirement credit and your college hours towards your associate's degree. So that's how the associate's degree is something that's very, very tangible for the students. So it's not high school courses and in addition to all these other, no, it's their dual credit level. So once you take a dual credit level, you're getting 2 things at the same time. Okay, so that's the core area. The elective hours, they may be taking some of those classes based on their CTE pathway. because we have there in the bottom, if they're in education, law, criminal justice, medical, all of those are dual credit classes. So when a student is in one of those programs, because that's the CTA pathway they select to follow, they're going to gain their 18 hours through there. Okay, the first two there, College Ready and British Lit, are required electives that they must take for this associate's degree. The other hours that remain can be taken from a combination of any of those other classes on that side. Okay, so in the four-year at a glance, you see here all the red are dual credit classes that they take that satisfy high school diploma and the associate's degree. Yes, sir. So when students, so we have students that move in, or we have students from Heritage or other schools that are not within the district, they enroll in the summer to be a student in our district. They do the enrollment process through the student services, but they become part of, as long as they're enrolled in the district throughout the summer. So they'll have to enroll to be part of the district in the summer if they're selected.
Can I put in an application for my kid even if he hasn't transferred yet?
Yes, you may.
Likewise for the private space.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
As long
Yes.
as you enroll them with the dates to attend our summer bridge.
Yes. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, so at this time, we will pass out the application. We have pens up in the front. If you want to complete it, sign, you can turn it in, like I said, today. If not, turn it at early college by the deadline that was mentioned. Thank you so much for attending, and we hope that you do apply, and good luck.